What's up, guys? I'm J-dubb, and today we are back out here, and it is that time of year again. It is fall, my favorite time of year. And you know what that means? We got firewood season. So I caught a lot of flack on the bark box video. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead. I believe it's going to be up here or over here. It's in one of those corners. Go ahead, check it out if you haven't done it. That way you can be like everyone else who told me I have no idea how to run a chainsaw. Well, I never claimed to be an expert, but you know, I met a lot of experts online, so there's always that. That being said, we can sit here. We got the bark box still on the 362. I didn't actually send it back. And like I said in the last video, the only thing I really noticed the bark box doing was your acceleration. It really did help you, the acceleration, especially when you're running a long bar. And that was another thing. A lot of people said you can't run a 28-inch bar on a 362. That saw's been running it now for 6 months with no issues. I just bought a lightweight bar, and I'm telling you, if you haven't bought a lightweight bar, do yourself a favor. I just bought it the other day. This is actually gonna be the first time cutting with it. So kind of get a little taste to see how that is. That being said, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pull this tree out here in the open. We're gonna buck it up real quick, get some firewood bucked up. I'll get y'all some footage of it. Let y'all see how the saw runs. Y'all are tired of hearing me talk anyway. Let's get to the video. All right, so before I catch a bunch of flack, which I know I'm going to because anything you do on YouTube catches a bunch, let's go ahead and look, see how I hook the chain up. All right, so I double wrapped around and then we wrapped onto the link, which most people I would say agree. I know all the loggers in my area agree. And then you never do in the ball, but if you're a welder by trade like I am, you can just throw a link on there and you're done. Super simple. Guys, this stuff is not rocket science. Don't make this stuff any harder than it has to be. Let's go ahead and get this stuff bucked up. So another one I caught a lot of flack about, guys, was hearing protection. I always wear hearing protection. Even if you watch my grass cutting videos, I'm wearing earplugs. I wear little green ones. But we're gonna try these, my shooting ear muffs. Now I like these because you can kind of hear, they let you hear like ambient noises, stuff like that. Here's our 362. It's been a good little saw. I've already fired it up, already warmed it up. We're gonna go ahead and give it a little start. As you can see, fires up perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get a different view for y'all so y'all can kind of see what we're doing. But so far, I'm actually starting to like the bark box. It is loud, but once you get past the noise, the acceleration is nice, especially if you're like me and you run a longer bar. All right, so as you can see, I've kind of got y'all on a little chest mount now. I hope y'all guys will be able to see this like I'm wanting. Get y'all kind of centered where I want you. And make sure we're gonna keep recording, but we'll go ahead, fire our saw up. I always set my brake. Now, let's go ahead and start cutting. I hope you guys will be able to see. The reason I run a long bar is just this. I can stand straight up and cut. I can do this all day. Now guys, that being said, Do I recommend cutting with one hand? No, because I know someone's going to say, oh my God, look how dangerous this is. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah. Guys, if you sharpen your saw upright and you file it upright, you can do it. If you want to see other people do it, that I'm sure a lot of y'all, more of y'all respect, I'll go ahead and roll those clips in right there. As you see, Buck and Billy Ray does it. He's not dead. He's been doing it for years. I've also run a chainsaw for many, many years. And I mean, you got to use common sense, guys. This is oak. This is a 28-inch bar. Here, I'll kind of, hopefully y'all can be able to see it. 28-inch bar. Woo, it's hot. Light bar. You know, I mean, this is great. So much more easy, or so much easier to maneuver the saw with the light bar. Like I said, they're expensive, but man, it is worth it. So we're gonna sit here. I'm gonna show y'all another little trick that'll kind of help you keep your bar out. If y'all guys hadn't got you one of these things, go ahead, pick one up. We love it. I've used it on a bunch. Normally works better for big logs, but as you can see, get your log up off the ground, keeps you from filing as much. Hey, say that again.
I said, were you trying to say something that was very staticky?
Now I might accidentally hit the button.
Oh, okay.
As you can see, we got that cut. Go ahead. You get light stuff like this, you can kind of grab it, move it around. So now that we got all that cut, and I think it did pretty good. My second take now on the bark box is I'm really starting to like it. Like I said, I don't really notice a big difference in power. I've got a big ash out here. I'm gonna go see if it's still on the ground. There's another guy that's been cutting around here that's been helping us clear up some of the property, and I don't know if he got it all yet, but he told me it was about 30 inches across, which would be perfect test for this chainsaw. Just to see, is 28 inches way too much for it? Which, as you can see, as I'm cutting, most of the stuff I cut's about this size. I don't cut stuff a lot bigger because I don't want to kill myself. I've got this other dead oak right here. Not that pine. I think it's what it looks like to y'all. There's one, I think it's right there y'all are looking at. I think that's it. That one's gonna be coming down. It's a little bit bigger than this one, but none of the pieces are so big that I'm gonna kill myself. So far, this saw has been great. The light bar, definitely say get that. For people who said I didn't know how to sharpen the chain, I thought it cut pretty well. Like, I used to sharpen chains for people. That's what I did in high school as a kind of a side gig. We had a bunch of professional loggers in my area. If you don't know, I'll give you a quick little view of what the area I look like is. As you can see, we have a large paper mill, and I believe we have 3 sawmills in my area, all within a 15-minute drive of my house. So I would say logging is a very big industry in my area. I used to sharpen for a few different guys that just didn't have time to sharpen. They were too busy hauling wood, and they would bring chains by where I worked, drop them off with me, and a day or two I'd get them their chains back. Normally it was on the weekends, but if you wanted something right now, if you weren't real good at sharpening, this thing right here, the Stihl makes one. I saw one on Amazon one time that was blue. It was a little bit cheaper. I'm not sure how good it works. I'm not sure if the Stihl files kind of come out. I will say this is the 3/8 one. I don't run Stihl chains, and I forget what file size Stihl runs. I'll put it down here, whatever file size is, but I changed mine to the Oregon file size, which was a little bit tricky. I had to take a drill bit and kind of make the hole just a little bigger in there so the Oregon file would fit in. But after doing that, this thing has been great. I run Oregon files and I run Oregon chains. I'm not crazy about the Stihl chains, but I'll show you real quick. This thing is good for helping you. Let's see, zoop. You get your tooth here. Where are we at? There you go. You can see your tooth. This thing, people call it rakers. The guys around here always called it a drag. They said, can you knock my drags down a little bit extra? That 2-in-1 file has been great for making this drag and your tooth be the perfect height. As you can see, the saw cut great. Final thoughts on the Stihl ms362. I like it. I do have a Stihl ms462. If y'all guys want to see that, put it down below. One of the things I don't like about the 462, it has a metal handle. And I actually like this plastic handle, especially when when it's cold and you're cutting. That rubber just seems, I'm not real crazy about it. The bar spikes from West Coast, top notch. Cannot say enough about them. The bark box, like I said before, I'm really starting to like it. I'm starting to enjoy it. The noise was bad at first, but like I said, I always wear earplugs, so I kind of got used to it. I've let a few people run it. They like it. This is a great little cutter. Guys, if you hadn't already done it, go ahead, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. If you got anything constructive you want to put out in there, go ahead, put it down below. I answer each and every one of my comments, no matter how asinine they seem to be. So go ahead, leave your comments down below. Tell me I don't know what I'm doing. I appreciate them. And like always, take someone outdoors.
Hello, fishing.